how to make their business ranked on AI, so that the tool that most people are using to go search, because I know I'll go on ChatGPT and ask it something before I go to Google now, and you're teaching people how to make their business visible there. They might be lost, they don't know what to do, if they should even trust AI. Where do I even start?
So if I was to, talk to somebody who's just now starting out with AI, I will always recommend, just starting with a basic LLM, basically a large language model like ChatGPT, Claude, or like Gemini. What I've just figured out and realized is someone released something that said that 84% of people in America or just in the world have never even used AI. So AI is still relatively new to just about any and everybody. So if you're a beginner, I tell them don't get discouraged. Don't be afraid to actually try AI. But what's another thing is, since we're on access granted, I want to always give out tools because I'm big on implementation over information. So one tool that someone can use is, if they're just fresh, brand new, starting to learn AI, is go to google.ai studio and actually go to stream. And then you can actually share your screen on whatever it is you're talking about with the AI. If you want to build out workflows, websites, it will actually walk you through and show you exactly how to actually build up that workflow or that website or whatever have you.
Welcome to another episode of Access Granted, where I give you exclusive access to entrepreneurs that are killing it in their industry. Today, I'm super excited because we're about to unlock all things with AI, and we got AI with Rone here. Welcome to Access Granted. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Thank you for having me.
No problem. I'm excited to have you here. I want to dive into it, right? Because we know AI is a hot topic, and there are so many people that they might be lost. They don't know what to do. They don't know even if they should even trust AI. So if I'm watching this right now, where do I even start?
So if I was to, talk to somebody who's just now starting out with AI, I will always recommend, just starting with a basic LLM, basically a large language model like ChatGPT, Claude, or like Gemini. But what I've just figured out and realized is someone released something that said that 84% of people in America or just in the world have never even used AI. So AI is still relatively new to just about any and everybody. So if you're a beginner, I tell them don't get discouraged. Don't be afraid to actually try AI. But what's another thing is, since we're on access granted, I want to always give out tools because I'm big on implementation over information. So one tool that someone can use is, if they're just fresh, brand new, starting to learn AI, is go to google.ai studio and actually go to stream. And then you can actually share your screen on whatever it is you're talking about with the AI. If you want to build out workflows, websites, it will actually walk you through and show you exactly how to actually build up that workfow or that website or whatever have you.
Wait a minute. Wait. You coming straight out the gate like that?
Yeah,
okay. Listen, I am super excited about this episode. If you are dropping gems in the first 60 seconds, I can only imagine what this episode is going to be. How did you even get started with AI?
So how I actually got started is actually a crazy story. So I actually got started with AI, not by just learning AI. I actually started scaling multiple service-based businesses before I even touched AI. So I guess I just give a rundown of like my story of exactly who I am. So born and raised out of a little city called Dayton, Ohio. Raised by a single mother, 5 kids. Father was in and out of jail. So really didn't get that bond with him. Went to private school, ended up getting kicked out of private school just because it just wasn't the environment for me. It was only I was one of like 5 black people that was in the whole entire school. So it just, abnormal environment. Got kicked out of private school, ended up going to public school. Once I got over there to public school, that's when everything changed. I'm like, oh, it's people that's acting like me. They look like me. They're, doing the same things that I enjoy doing. So I started to thrive at that school. Ended up graduating high school with honors. Ended up going to college. So when I went to college, that's when everything changed. I ended up getting around the wrong people, started doing the wrong things. So I actually got kicked out of college. I had a .42 GPA in college. So I got academically dismissed, right? So after that, I'm like, what am I supposed to do? So my story is very unique because once I got out, I'm like, all right, let me go back to college. So I ended up going to a community college. And once I got to that community college, I'm like, man, what am I going to do? So I started a business. So I went to the bank trying to get a business loan, denied me, would not give me a loan. So I'm like, man, what else could I do? So I just started thinking outside the box. I've always been a person that thinks outside the box. So what I decided to do was, all right, they won't give me a business loan, but I have this thing called a Pell Grant. Maybe they might give me a loan for a student loan at this community college that I'm at. And lo and behold, they did. So that was how I actually got the starting capital for my first business, when I started reselling sneakers. So reselling sneakers back home ended up becoming very, very lucrative. That was the first business I ever made 6 figures with.
Let's go.
So did that for a while. Then everything changed with the pandemic and everything like that. So I'm like, all right, let me get my real estate license. Because this is the same time with me doing personal development. So I'm over there learning Dave Ramsey, all the gurus and stuff when it comes to financial literacy and things like that. And what I noticed was that people
you can pick up. You want to pick up where I noticed was.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, all right.
That water's fresh if you want some.
Yeah, I need it.
Yep.
Okay, so that's good. Damn, I lost my thing. So I said started Dave Ramsey, learning all of that. I guess what I was talking about, reselling sneakers. So doing that.
Say what I noticed was, and then finish that one for me.
Anyway, we can go back to see, because I think I was talking about real estate, but now I'm thinking was I talking about sneakers?
You said both. You said sneakers and then jumped into real estate.
Okay. Did I already say I got my real estate license or no?
No. You said you got your real estate license. Yeah.
If you don't mind, just so I can see, because I know. Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. Yep. Yeah. So I end up, let me know I'm good. So I end up having a Pell Grant, and then from the Pell Grant, I'm like, let me do the student loan thing. So I end up getting a student loan, and that's how I started my business. I started reselling sneakers, and then that became very lucrative, and that was the first business that I ever made 6 figures with.
Let's go.
And then the pandemic happened. And what I noticed within that time of the pandemic, shoes wasn't going to last, right? So I had to pivot again. So I've always been a person to pivot into different businesses and different industries. Never quit, but just having to pivot to understand, like, okay, this isn't the end all be all. So once I end up pivoting, I was doing my personal development, listening to Dave Ramsey, other individuals, just mentors of mine, or just people in the financial literacy space. And after that, what I noticed with the financial literacy is you have to save more money than you actually spend. You have to, in order to scale and grow, you have to have money, right? So I'm like, all right, I don't like having my income be the reason how I make money in business, because with reselling sneakers, it was very capital heavy. So a lot of times I'm spending a lot of money in order to make money. So I'm like, all right, let me do this real estate thing. My mom's a realtor. I'm like, okay, let me do this. And I ended up trying to get my real estate license. Took the test the first time, failed. Went back to it, took the test again, failed again. Then the third time I finally got it right. And the only reason why I passed the third time, they gave me the same questions that they did the previous 2 times. So I remember those exact questions. So I ended up getting a real estate license. So I'm like, all right, I'm about to make a lot of money, right? So I'm excited now. Finally got the license. Then next thing you know, I'm like, all right, let me try to find some clients. So now that's the biggest thing. I'm in a small city where clients, the income is very, very low. So homes are going for $70,000, $80,000. Not very expensive homes, right? It's probably one of the best markets as far as in Dayton, Ohio, for like rentals and things like that. But not for like just long-term building wealth as far as being a realtor or something like that. So I'm like, what do I end up doing from this? Because I'm trying to get clients. Clients is, flaking on me. They're not pre-approved. They got me showing them 10 to 20 houses and everything like that. And I'm like, man, this is not enough. If I finally sell a house, I'm getting $2,000, but I got to give some of the money to my broker. I'm not making anything. So I had to give money to my broker and everything like that. I'm like, man, this is just not it. So I ended up getting out of the real estate industry within like 6 months. I was barely in there because I'm like, this isn't for me. Because everybody who's making money is more so the investors, right? So I'm like, okay, do I do this investing thing? So I ended up buying my first property. And buying that first property took way longer than expected to end up fixing it up. But then I'm like, okay, this money it's more so long-term aspect of it. So my mom told me she was like, hey, I need you and your cousins to go clean out one of my clients' homes. So that's what we did. We went over there. It took us like 3 hours to do it. And I'm like, okay. She gave us like $150 a piece. So I'm like, dang, same day I made $150? Okay. Typically, I make like $2,000 on a weekend or something, reselling sneakers or something. But I'm like, okay, this is a good income. Boom. Next thing you know, that's when the light bulb. My mom didn't even know what it was called at the time, but it became to be junk removal. So I ended up starting a junk removal company, right? Didn't even have a truck. So that's basically like you moving, cleaning out people's homes, removing old mattresses, doing hoarder houses, so much different things. So I'm like, okay, what do I end up doing with this? So since I had no truck or anything, I started renting out U-Hauls to do jobs.
Okay.
Right? Started doing the jobs and everything like that. Boom. Then I eventually made enough money to where it would make sense to buy a truck. End up buying a truck. End up scaling that business to almost $250,000 there by doing that with 2 trucks. But then I'm like, I'm always on the truck. I'm always doing this work. I'm a slave to my business at the end of the day. I got to take all the calls. I got to do all the invoicing. I got to do all that. And that's when I actually got into automations, learning how to actually automate one of my own businesses in order to, free up my own time, because I'm spending about 70% of my time on admin work, answering the calls, emails, texts, following up with these individuals. They want to reschedule, having to stop in the middle of a job to do different tasks for these individuals. And I'm like, okay. So I started learning automations, started using, different tools like, your Go High Levels. And I had a CRM called House Call Pro. So that was what I was using at the time. And then next thing you know, I'm like, okay, since I'm doing these automations, what else can I do? Then I'm just scrolling through Instagram. right? Scrolling through Instagram and I see Mark Cuban say something like, in the next 5 years, AI is going to make more millionaires than the internet did in 20, right? So I'm like, hey, what is this AI thing, right? At this time, I'm already using ChatGPT, but I'm not really using it to the best of my ability. So I'm like, let me pivot again, right?
Okay.
So I end up keeping my junk removal business, but I end up pivoting like, let me go all in on this AI thing for at least 5 years, right? If I can go all in on 5 years, let's see where that gets me. Then I end up scaling that junk removal business to over $250,000.
That's powerful to be able to do such amazing things at such a young age as well. And then to be able to just learn how to pivot. And there are some people who are afraid of taking the leap and starting a new business. And you took an idea and scaled it into a platform. And then you use automations to make it happen. How important are automations in a business? And how did the automations help you grow in your business and in your brand?
Absolutely. So automations are very, very important. It takes away the repetitive tasks that businesses, have to deal with on a consistent basis. Following up, scheduling, and things like that. Sometimes a lot of small businesses, they're a one-man team, maybe a two-person operation. So they're always doing multiple different things within that business. Answering the phone, scheduling clients, also responding to emails, all these different things. And automations take that repetitive work right out of that. So that's very, very important. I think it's one of the most vital things to get your time back, because at the end of the day, the only thing we don't get back is time.
That's really good. If I'm watching this today, what's an automation that, I'm an existing business owner, what's an automation that I could potentially use to help me grow my business?
Absolutely. So that's a great question. So when you're dealing with automations, there's so many different platforms. I like to start at the beginning. Like, you can use so many different platforms to build out these automations. And when you're building out these automations, you need to figure out exactly what automation makes sense for your specific business. So you might need a follow-up automation or something like that. You might need something for marketing if you want to, actually be able to analyze different data. There's so many different automations that you can use, but I always recommend people starting like with the biggest bottleneck in their business and automating that repetitive task first, right? That's very, very important and vital when it comes to business, because once you take that first step of automating, then you can start, being like, okay, this can also be automated. This thing can be automated as well.
That's good. I think that's huge. And I think that's something I teach people. I have a community where I teach and I educate entrepreneurs, and I tell them, make a list of all the things you do throughout the day. And the things that you don't like doing, figure out how to automate it or how to delegate it so it frees you up for things that you love and enjoy, and you can invest more time into things that can help your business grow. Absolutely. So I love that you teach automations, because I think so many entrepreneurs are missing out on money and being in the position to help their business grow because they don't know how to automate them. But now that I know you are all in on AI. What made you grab or pivot to AI? And let's just dive into that.
So what made me pivot to AI was very simple. I'm scaling a junk removal business, and I'm always on the truck, always doing all these things. And then I'm just scrolling through Instagram, and next thing you know, I see a post from Mark Cuban that said AI will make more millionaires in the next 5 years than the internet did in 20.
Really?
So when I seen that, I'm like, okay, what is this AI thing? Because I'm doing automations, but I'm not doing AI automations at this point. I'm just doing the basic, automations for my business. So I said, I'm already using ChatGPT. Let me learn a little bit more, deep dive into ChatGPT. Let me try to learn as much as I can with this AI tool, because at the time, that's the only one I knew. I'm like, AI, ChatGPT, right? So I started deep diving into ChatGPT. Deep diving into Claude and Gemini and all these different AI tools, and I'm starting understanding like, oh, okay, AI is way more than what people make it seem. So I use ChatGPT even right now, probably every single day, nonstop. I probably talk to that more than I talk to my family, friends, and everything like that, because it's so vital and important and key to life at this point. If you're not using AI, you will be left behind off the basis of how fast tech is moving in general, right? Tech moves so incredibly fast to where if you're not learning the new tools, new tricks, new trends, you will be falling behind, right? So when I started back to doing the automations, now I'm doing AI. I'm like, okay, can I automate this with AI, right? So I started learning different platforms like your Makes, your Zapiers, your N8Ns, right? And now I start using it. Personally, right now I use N8N to actually automate, because it's basically integratable with just about every CRM that you can possibly think of, right? And then I know a lot of people like, man, what is N8N? So it's basically just a workflow platform where you can literally build out workflows. But what's make it so cool is they recently dropped a build with AI tool. So now you don't even have to physically build the AI, build the automation. you can just prompt it like you would anything else, like a ChatGPT, Claude, or whatever you use, and go into those platforms, those LLMs, and just be like, I need an automation for XYZ or for this business, for this specific platform, and it literally generate and build it for you, where all you have to do is put in your credentials.
Oh, that's fire. That's literally next level. There are so many people that are afraid or intimidated by AI, and they're afraid that if I give it my information, if I screen share it like you told me to do, maybe it's going to take my information, or maybe it's going to, share my idea, which is probably why 84% of the people in the world are not even using it. What advice would you have to that person that's not using AI in their business right now? And how can AI help them, not just in their business, but in their personal life also?
Absolutely. I always say it like this, like with AI, it's definitely going to always, be deciding factors of people afraid or scared. But what I've noticed is AI is here to stay. It's almost like people driving cars or things like that. It's, the car is bad for the environment or what have you. Well, the car is not going anywhere, right? AI is not going anywhere. And most of the biggest companies are built off of, AI and tech now. So it's there to stay. So I will always say take the proper precautions, though, when you're using these AI tools and things like that. Don't give it your social security number, your IDs, and things like that. But besides that, I will always say, give it a try, because I put it like this. This is one thing that one of my mentors told me. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, you're probably back to where you was. If it works, give it a try. That's how I look at it. And what I can say is AI has definitely, truly changed my life for the better. I was able to minimize a lot of, difficulty in my business and just in general by using AI. So I definitely recommend people using AI for sure.
So as you are learning this, right, and I'm sure it didn't come easy, what are some things that you actually did to lock in on AI and actually learn it and start incorporating it in your journey?
Okay, absolutely. So some of the things that I did was literally start playing with ChatGPT, like consistently all the time, using these different LLMs, understanding and actually analyzing the different LLMs. And what I mean by that is with ChatGPT, I give it a basic prompt. See exactly what's going on with this prompt and be like, okay, why didn't it give me the result I'm looking for? Then I'll ask AI, I will ask ChatGPT, make this prompt better and explain to me why this prompt was not good. Why didn't it work?
Wow.
And it will tell you exactly step by step on why it didn't work, what you should change, how to analyze it. So you can now do something what most people call is super prompting, right? It's actually being able to tell the AI the specific things that it needs to do. Like, say if you're a content creator, be like, make me some content. No, it's going to give you a basic answer. You ask it a basic question. You have to be like more so, I need you to be my content strategist for this specific business. I'm trying to be the highest grossing in this field, such and such. You have to give it more information, right? More parameters and more different things in order for it to grow, if that makes sense. So that's what I would definitely recommend people doing, because that's what I did, and trying to learn as much as I can, because everything is built off of a foundation, right? Houses are built off foundations. And with AI is built off of foundation. It has already a preset thing of rules that it already goes off of guidelines. But with the foundation, if you learn how to actually talk to it, then you can get way better and different results than anybody else would get, right? So I use ChatGPT most of the time, get that information, and I can take that to Claude. I can take that to Gemini, to these different AI tools, and actually be able to analyze and see, like, okay, why did ChatGPT give me this answer? Claude give me this answer? Gemini give me this answer? And then be able to pick out of those options, like, okay, which one is the best one for me?
That's really good. That's powerful. What are some things that I see you talk about? You are like locked in on AI. Like, you teach a free class where you educate people about this. In your free class, what are some things that you are teaching and educating people, not just entrepreneurs, on AI and how they can use it?
Absolutely. So what I'm teaching in class, I'm teaching how to actually automate repetitive tasks with AI, how to actually rank within different LLMs, like your ChatGPTs, your Claude, because it's something called AEO. Some people call it LMO. Some people call it GEO. There's so many different names for what it is, but it's essentially your search engine optimization, but for AI, right? Because what I've seen in some recent data that came out was people are searching more so on AI tools than they are on Google. Right? So if you can get your business or anything like that to show up at the top of AI, you can be off to the races, which won't cost you as much money as it would with with like Google or something like that.
Wait, so you're showing people for free?
For free.
How to make their business ranked on AI so that
Exactly.
the tool that most people are using to go search, because I know I'll go on ChatGPT and ask it something before I go to Google now. And you're teaching people how to make their business visible there.
Exactly.
For free.
For free. Yeah, for free.
Wow. Listen, you guys, if you are watching this right now, I want you to click the link in the caption and go lock in your free seat inside of this class, because he's going to break it down and show you how to use AI, how to make your business visible on AI. And what was the third thing?
So also how to actually automate repetitive tasks with AI as well.
Wow.
So there's a lot more that I'm going to be going over and breaking down, because I'm big on implementation over information. So that's my main thing is a lot of people fall in love with too much information. It was a saying that I seen that said most people that, give me a second, but it said that you can't learn how to swim by just reading about water. You actually have to go out there, physically do these things, right? So in order to swim, you actually got to get in the water. So with AI, a lot of people just save videos, watch YouTube, binge watch this, but they're not implementing anything, right? So that's what I want to teach in my class, is actually show you guys how to actually implement different things within AI.
That's good. You also talked, I watched I went on your social media page and looked at some of the things that you're doing, and I love it because the way you teach it, the way you break it down, and the information and value that you're providing, it just makes it so simple. You talked about AI agents a lot on your page. What is a chat agent or an AI agent, and what can I do with this?
Absolutely. So AI agents and AI automations, I like to separate for one specific reason. Automations are going to be for repetitive tasks, right? You're automating basically repetitive tasks. AI agent, I like to say, if I always like to put it in, as simplest terms as possible, is more so a human in robotic form, right? So that's basically what an AI agent is. But what AI agents can do is it can draft your emails. It could do a whole bunch of different tasks for you simultaneously within different platforms and different use cases as well.
Oh, that's good. I tell people to use AI agents to I teach people how to get grants for their business. Right. And I tell people how to use AI agents as their grant writer instead of going to hire a grant writer, and automate the task of writing out grant proposals so that all they have to do is literally go click submit on the grant application. So I love that you're teaching this information, because an AI agent can save an entrepreneur thousands. There's grant writers out here charging people, they have packages of charging people $5,000 or $10,000 and only writing a few grants. Absolutely. And this AI agent can probably do 10 grants in, 20 minutes.
Absolutely.
So
yeah. No, for sure. And one thing I always do tell people, recommend is always have that human interaction at the end. Don't submit I know you said you do grants or whatever have you. Always double check what the AI writes, right? Because AIs definitely mess up on, different things that might sound a little bit too robotic. It might not sound like you. So you want to always, double check and, triple check really what the AI is actually putting out there.
That's really, really good. As you are growing in AI, and I know it's changing all the time, you see all type of feuds on if ChatGPT is better than Claude or Google Gemini or Perplexity. What are some tools that you are using daily when it comes to AI?
So I'm definitely using ChatGPT more, hands down. So it does because I'm on content, it does most of the time scripts, hooks, different things like that. I'm using Claude for more deeper tasks, more so writing my contracts or, building out different little, different things that's more in depth, because ChatGPT more so productivity type, but I use Claude. But I've also been using something called Claude Cowork, right? Which is within Claude, right? Which is basically it connects to your computer, right? So you put it has different files and things like that it can connect to your computer, analyze all that information within that file without you even having to be in the actual physical on your computer doing it.
Oh, wow.
And then Claude actually just released something called Claude Cowork Dispatch. With dispatches, you can literally now no longer have to be on your computer doing the work. It can do it on your actual physical phone and still be doing the same task that was on your computer.
How are you keeping up with all these different tools and as they come out and the upgrades and the new features, and how are you keeping up?
Absolutely. That's a great question. So how I keep up with it is I use ChatGPT. And there's something that's not physically in ChatGPT, but you can actually schedule different things within ChatGPT. So what I do is give me the latest news 2 times a day dealing with AI.
Oh, wow.
Right, and it always updates and sends me, the latest news when it comes to AI.
Oh, that's awesome, because we do something very similar. We tell people to schedule a task of new grants.
Exactly.
And then any new grants that come out, I don't do it twice a day. We probably should change it to twice a day, but schedule a task and any new grants, just send a notification of the new grant.
Absolutely.
So we probably should definitely do the same thing.
Absolutely, because with AI is continuously changing, right? It's one of those things where something comes out today, tomorrow something totally different is gonna come out.
That's actually really powerful. I'm going to take that from you. So when you see me talking about scheduling a task for 2 grants a day, I got it from you.
Okay, absolutely.
So with the AI agents, how do you even set them up? Is it complicated? Is it something that anybody watching this could do? And then what's the power of these agents?
Yeah, absolutely. So is it complicated? I never say anything is complicated. Everything can be learned. Is it going to be one of the easiest things to be able to do? I would say yes with all the AI tools and different things that's out there personally. So it depends on like what type of AI agents are you trying to build, right? Like I said, I use N8N and I'm able to actually build out different agents, give it a ChatGPT brain, a Gemini brain, all these different things that set up specific roles and things that it can do. But there's also other AI agents that you can use like Manus. I don't know if you heard of Manus AI, which is very good. So they're very, very powerful for the simple fact that it will allow you to not be physically there doing a lot of these different tasks, right? And what I mean is with AI agents, it has the ability to actually remove a human interaction within, different things. So I would definitely say that's probably the biggest thing that, dealing with AI agents.
So do I just go to ChatGPT and I say, hey, create me an AI agent and tell it what I want the agent to do?
Something's kind of like that, but not necessarily like that. So what I mean with N8N, how I do is we literally build it out, create an AI agent is literally just a click of a button right there in N8N. And then you can also just change up the model of exactly what model you want to use. You can change to see exactly what memory, set up different things to see exactly how far back you want it to actually be analyzing data. So if you wanted to only go back 10 different conversations, it can, maybe 100. So now within that time, the AI agent is continuously getting better and better within that. So now the more and more information and data that you feed it, you're actually able to have it get better over time and get better to draft your emails. I mean, basically do everything that you would want a human to do is probably able to do.
Has AI surprised you yet? Like, have you done something and you're like, I can't believe it did this for me?
I used to be surprised. Now that so many different things come out often, I'm not as surprised as I once was. Because I see with tech is such a large industry to where it is vital for them to continuously to get better and better. Because you have to understand something. AI is like, I think of AI like, when we first got driving cars, right? Like the Teslas and Waymos. So I'm from Ohio. We still don't even have Waymos, right? So it's something like when I come down here, it's just different. And what I've seen is with AI, how fast it's growing, people can't keep up. So if you're surprised, like if you like, AI can do this, AI can do that. AI can probably do just about everything, and it will be able to. There are going to be robots here soon, right? Dealing with AI. So I would always say nothing really surprises me anymore, but at one point it did.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's actually really good. I mean, I'm all in with AI. I try to, I'm not probably as committed as you are, but I probably try to make sure, 30 to 45 minutes a day that I'm learning some type of new skill or new trade or new task when it comes to AI. I have an inner circle, and in my inner circle, we got on a Zoom call one day, and I made everybody create an ebook with AI. And I was like, we are going to go sell this ebook, and let's see how much money we can make with these ebooks that we're selling. And all of them are generating revenue from an ebook that we made, and we put our thoughts, our information, our prompt, our heart into ChatGPT, and it created an ebook for us. And I think that there are just so many people that are missing out. Like, so many people have the idea of being an author. Some people have the skill that they can go teach somebody, but they don't know how to get that message out there. And you can literally put this inside of ChatGPT and make money from it. What are some things that you have seen, and how has ChatGPT helped people make money? And I think you're actually teaching people how to make money with AI as well, right?
Absolutely. So with ChatGPT specifically, someone I watch a lot of videos on, he says something, saving money is making money, right? So sometimes if you can just save money, that can allow you to make money. So like with ChatGPT, there's so many different things. You can build apps within ChatGPT by doing the connectors and connecting Replit or something like that, and actually be able to build our app. actually just getting information from ChatGPT and take it to a different AI. So there's so many different ways where you can make, a lot of money from AI specifically. But I always recommend people is find different bottlenecks in different businesses. People that's like, okay, afraid of putting out content. All right, you can create AI avatars. Higgsfield is a really good one. HeyGen, things like that. Clone your voice with 11 Labs or things like that. You want to do AI receptionist, call businesses and see if they answer the phone. See if they don't answer the phone, they might need an AI receptionist because they're probably out on the job, right? So all you have to do if you want to create AI receptionist, create like a little demo video and something as simple as go on to ChatGPT, have it create you a system prompt, right, for this specific business by just literally just copying somebody's website, go and put that into the system prompt and then take it to AI receptionist software like a Vappy or a Retail, and you can put it in there to the system prompt and actually be able to create a demo, show this to the business, right? And then from there, that business might actually need this service. You just show them a perfect use case for them to actually be able to do that, right? Yeah.
Okay, that's really good. Okay, I want to switch it up a little bit. I want to play a little game.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you something that I need in my business, and you're going to tell me what AI tool I should be using to make it happen.
Right,
can we do that?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right. I need a website.
Website, I'm using Lovable.
Lovable. Why Lovable?
Lovable is just probably the simplest, and has gotten better over time. So I always say Lovable, but dang, because it's a couple of them that I would probably use. Lovable is really a good one.
Okay.
But I also
give me another one.
Okay, I also use Manus. Right, Manus is probably really good for websites. I actually use that often now. I use Manus a lot. So I'll definitely probably say those two.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. All right. I need to write a business plan.
Business plan, I probably would go with Claude.
Claude?
Yeah.
Why Claude?
Claude, just because it is deeper and it's more human interactive, like with it, and it gives you a way better answer than I would say a ChatGPT would. But ChatGPT is cool, but I would probably just prefer Claude when it comes to something like that.
Okay. I want to create an AI twin like everybody else on social media.
So AI twins, now I would probably say Higgsfield is probably the best when it just comes to anything AI avatars at this point. It's just by far, you probably even seen on like Instagram or something, they have celebrities doing crazy different things. More times than not, they're using Higgsfield when it comes to that.
Okay. I need to create a content plan.
A content plan, I would probably use Claude again, dealing with that, because like I said, you can use Claude Cowork. You can put all of your files into a specific folder on your computer, and then have Claude actually analyze it and get all of the information and be able to create that content plan for you.
That's really good. I need to edit the content.
Okay, if you need to edit different content, what would I say? Editing content, it really just depends, right? Let me see, because there's a lot of tools to do with editing content. I guess the question is like, what kind of content are we editing?
Short form.
Okay.
Instagram.
Okay. All right. Instagram. I mean, I probably use you can use Opus or something like that.
That's good.
Yeah. I say Opus.
Okay. Why Opus?
Opus just is a lot simpler, a lot easier, very quick to do, and be able to turn your long form content into short form. So that's probably very good. I also would recommend. I use CapCut sometimes for it as well. So it just really depends. A lot of the videos that I personally make, I'm just using within the Instagram app.
That's good. I want to create automations in my business.
Automations, I'm saying N8N, right? I'm gonna go all in with N8N over Zapier or Make, just strictly because it has now with a build with AI tool, right? So you literally just prompt out the exact automation, and then you'll be able to have the automation where all you got to do is put in your credentials.
Okay. I want to create an AI agent.
Okay, AI agent. I would probably still say N8N, but a lot of people would say, I would say Manus is pretty good. I mean, there's different. I would say N8N personally, just because that's like there's so many different AI tools out here. So I always say get good at something, and it's like I'm more so biased when it comes to just doing with N8N, just because that's what I learned first. So I would definitely say N8N.
That's good. Okay, last one. I need either like an assistant. And so I want ChatGPT to act as if it's an assistant, where I just give it things to do to make me flow better.
Okay. So if you need like an actual AI assistant, I would probably say, AI assistant. I can go Manus. I can go, I'm trying to see the best AI assistant would probably be You can do Claude Code. Claude Code is probably pretty good as well. I would recommend probably Claude Code.
That's really good. Yeah. I like that because you actually just taught me some things. Yeah. So I'll be able to incorporate some of those things in my business. I do have another question, which I get all the time, and I think the audience are actually like this because I always have to explain it, especially when I have people that are like very beginner friendly. So like when you go to ChatGPT at the top, there's a drop down and it has different numbers associated with the ChatGPT. What are some of the benefits of those? What should I be using? How do I incorporate that into how I'm using ChatGPT?
Absolutely. So if you're using ChatGPT, I always would recommend you do in thinking mode, dealing with, and always use like the latest model with the thinking. Instant, typically the results aren't always the best, but there's also secret codes within ChatGPT, right, that you can add to specific prompts, right? So at the end of your prompt, you can do /human that's going to make that prompt less robotic and actually sound more human. Right. Then you can also do /ELI5, which will actually turn that exact answer that you already prompted into put it in about 5-year-old language, right? So, and then you can do ELI10, which is going to put it in about 10-year-old language with a little bit more structure. And then there's also, you can do /listify after your prompt. And it actually will turn whatever that is into a list.
Let's go. That's amazing. That's like game changing. I had no idea that you can use that. So giving it a prompt, if I want to simplify it to make it to where a 5-year-old could understand, I would type in
/ELI5.
ELI5. Yep. And then if I wanted to make sure that it was a humanized, so if I'm using it to write a grant proposal, I would give it the prompt of act as a grant writer, write this grant proposal for me /human.
Correct.
So it would humanize the grant proposal for me.
Exactly.
I love that because let me tell you what I've been doing. I've been going in, giving it the prompt, and then I go back. Once it gives me the information, I go back in and tell it to humanize the text. So I'm cutting out a step just by using that strategy. This is what I love about Access Granted the most because I'm able to educate my audience, but I always learn from my guests too. Absolutely. And you are so amazing and so knowledgeable when it comes to AI. Like, there's no way that I'll be able to get everything. We definitely got to do a part two because there's no way that I'll be able to just really, really dive into everything. So you have this amazing free class coming up where you're teaching and educating people. Do you have a community or anything where you teach this information as well?
I do. But at the moment, it's under construction, I should say, because I'm transferring over to school personally.
I love it. Yeah, that's my favorite platform.
I'm in Discord, but a lot of my members and stuff like that don't really like it. So I'm transferring that.
Because I'm sure people, even after your free class, they're like, okay, how can I work with you? How do I continue to learn this information? Because a free class is what, an hour and a half?
Well, mine's probably going to be like 2 hours probably.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I'm putting a lot of information in there.
I can only imagine because you gave out a lot of information during this like very short time. So if we're thinking about AI and the way AI is transitioning, the way it's going, what advice do you have to the person that's not all in, that's not using this information?
I always say get all in with AI because it's here to stay, right? I said Mark Cuban, one of the richest people in the world, said AI is going to make more millionaires in the next 5 years than the internet did with 20. This is basically like Bitcoin when it was $5, $10. It's still relatively new. It's going to be continuously changing, but this is where the future is headed. Mm-hmm. So it's like just learn something. Just an hour a day of study would be enough to suffice and do different things when it comes to AI, right? I will always just say, just try it. Just don't listen to the naysayers. Don't listen to the negativity when it comes to AI, and just try it for yourself and see exactly where you can get with it on your own.
Did anybody tell you were like crazy for like locking in on AI when you first started? Because I'm sure you were just talking about it and they were like, what is this thing you're talking about?
Absolutely. The first person I told was my mom. What? AI, this is bad for the community. Because older individuals are typically stuck in their ways as far as change, right? Mm-hmm. So, but it's here. And I tell people like this. One of my friends, his name's Spin, he said this. He asked me, what is the number one autonomous vehicle? And I was like, I don't know. Maybe Tesla, Waymo or something. Mm-hmm. He said, no, the airplane. And I'm like, wow. He's like, think about it. You got the autopilot with the airplane. And I'm like, wow. So that means AI really technically has been here.
It's been here
for a long time.
Yeah.
It's just now coming and being, seen for the masses. Because he's based out, or he's from California. He was like, man, we done know about Tesla and all this thing 5-10 years ago. Mm-hmm. When they, Silicon Valley, when they were actually first developing it. And if you notice, ChatGPT came out, I believe, in ChatGPT 3, 4. Who was using 1 and 2? right? So when we
wow. I didn't think about that.
Exactly. So these things were already out. It just now is getting more so mainstream. We seen iRobot came out a long time ago. It was preparing us for moments, I believe, like this. Like, it's the future.
Yeah, the future is definitely AI for sure. We've had people that got, I have a young lady, she received $600,000 in grant money, free money for her business. And it's because she used AI. So it's the future is AI, but it's also opening up so many opportunities. There was a document that I needed, and I called somebody to support me with the document, and they were like, "Oh, it's gonna cost you $2,000, and I won't be able to have it done for like 2 weeks." And they was like, "I'm just super backed up." And I just went to ChatGPT and told it exactly what I needed. I gave it the prompt to act as if it was that person or what their role was. And in moments, I had the same document that they were going to charge me $2,000 for, and it was going to take them 2 weeks to do it. And I had it at my fingertips, and I was able to go do what I needed, to make it happen. Absolutely. So AI is, AI is just like here to stay, but there are also a lot of people who feel like AI is going to take over jobs, and that's why a lot of people fear AI. What do you think about that?
About AI taking over jobs?
Yeah, taking over jobs.
Well, AI is definitely going to take over jobs. I used to be like, oh, AI is not going to take over jobs. Maybe the people that use AI is going to take over jobs. But in the reality, there's McDonald's and restaurants right now that has no workers, right? Waymo's has no drivers in there. So will it? Yes. But the people that actually know how to use AI and actually be able to implement it into different businesses or for themselves typically are going to be safe, because things are still taking time to actually, roll out. But I definitely say AI is the future, is here and is now. So get a hold of it and learn it as fast as you can, because nobody knows what the future holds.
I think that's really powerful. So AI is definitely going to take over jobs, but the people who know how to use AI will be safe.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. That's a landing field for sure. That's really amazing. So I guess I got a couple of more questions, and then I'll let you go. So in your free class, you're going to support me with understanding more about AI. You're going to support me with understanding more about how to make money with AI and how to make my business visible on AI. What's some benefits of just visibility on ChatGPT and AI, and why should I lock in on that?
Absolutely. So visibility with ChatGPT or just any LLM is very important, because if you think about Google, or when you're searching something or looking for something, you typically go with the top result, right? And I mean, people can run ads, so you're spending money to actually, generate leads or whatever the case may be to show up. But what if, like with SEO, the first thing you do is, if you can rank on the first page, that no longer costs you any money, right? So now you're the first person to pop up on ChatGPT or Claude, or more likely you're going to be the one that gets that business, right? So it's very important. It's actually going to put more money into your pocket, because a lot of people are starting to, and more and more people are starting to use AI very, very consistently, to where that's all they use. They're not even using Google. So if you're not showing up in these different platforms, you're actually missing out on income, right? And not even just income, you're missing out on visibility of okay, who's the top realtor in this space? Boom, something like that gives you credibility instantly by you showing up into these different AI tools.
That's good. What mistakes are people making when it comes to AI?
So one of the biggest mistakes that people make when it comes to AI is, first, information over implementation. Learn it, just trying to learn it. 500 different tools at once, trying to be like, oh, I spent 30 minutes here, I'm gonna go watch this video on this, and then never implementing anything. That's one of the biggest mistakes that people make. And then the other mistake is not mastering one specific tool first, right? If you're using ChatGPT, learn as much as you can on ChatGPT first, right? Because there's so many different things inside ChatGPT that can lead you to being successful with other different LLMs, like a Claude, like a Gemini. If you know how to prompt in ChatGPT, you're probably going to know how to prompt in Claude. You're probably going to learn how to prompt in Gemini, know how to actually talk to these different AI tools. So those are the two probably the biggest problems that, people that are, or mistakes that people have.
So should I start with ChatGPT? Would you say ChatGPT is probably the starting platform for most people?
ChatGPT is definitely the starting platform for everyone. I know they're dealing with, situations as far as people saying Claude is better, but I started with ChatGPT. I done seen the power of ChatGPT. ChatGPT is still evolving. It's actually slowing down a little bit. Claude might be personally better. Gemini, I probably would say is the best, but even Manus is very, very good, right? They just got bought by Facebook for I think like $2 billion.
Really?
Yeah. So Manus, I'm gonna be honest. I've been using Manus a lot because now
I just started.
Yeah, because like with ChatGPT, you probably had to do a connector to create slides, like with Canva or something like that.
Yeah.
But with Manus, it builds those slides directly inside Manus for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's like a game changer when it comes to to these AI tools. Is now you have AI tools that's going to do almost every task fully for you.
Yeah, I had somebody who called me and they asked me, they said, yo, we had a last minute cancellation. We need you to come speak at this event and we need you to speak on this topic. And I was like, well, normally I speak about this, but all right, I can kind of pivot a little bit. And I was like, well, let me get my slides together. And I had like 45 minutes to make it happen. I reached out to my VA. She wasn't available. I went to Manus, gave it the prompt, talked to it and told it what I needed. And within less than 3 minutes, I had slides that I was able to go, literally go dominate the stage with.
Absolutely,
so
absolutely.
It would have took my VA a couple of days to make it happen. She would have had to charge me. She would have had to stop on a task that she was working on. And I was able to use Manus to make it happen within just a couple of minutes. And they look good,
yeah,
too.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. It looks good. And a lot of people don't even know Manus exists still to this day. I didn't at one point. So it's like that's definitely one of those, a game changer AI tool because it has so much data back because it is from Meta. So now you can actually analyze your ads manager, schedule posts and things for Instagram. There's so many different tools that you can use within Manus. That just makes it really a game changer.
Is there any AI tool that you think is like a hidden gem that nobody's using and you feel like more people should be using?
A hidden gem at the moment that, let me see, a hidden gem.
That is cool if it's a couple of people using it, but there are I know there's so
All
many
right.
that people don't talk about. Like Manus is one that people don't talk about. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Like, probably using. I know Higgsfield is probably a big one that people not using as much as people should because it's like really a game changer when it comes to AI avatars and things like that. I would say Claude Cowork, people not really using it, still relatively new when dealing with things with that. I guess those are some hidden gems that I would probably say. Or, I mean, even using Google Storybook, right? Google Storybook will allow you to create an illustrated kids book instantly by you just basically prompting it.
Oh, wow.
Very, very simple. Literally, it's Google Storybook. And you can actually create pictures for you and all these different things instantly within that in literally like a minute.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Yeah. So listen, before we sign off, I want you to just give us top 3 things that we should do today to go all in on AI.
Okay. Absolutely. I said the top 3 things that anybody should do to go all in on AI. Number 1 is learn one specific AI tool, right? And always stay up to date to being willing to learn information, right? Because there's so much information that comes out, right? Try different AI tools. Don't necessarily get stuck on one. Learn, try these different things. But super prompting is probably the number 1 thing I would recommend anybody doing first, right? Building that foundation when it comes to AI. Number 2, I would probably say write down a list of tasks that you probably need to automate, right? So you can use AI for automating those specific tasks. So I definitely say number 2 is automate specific tasks that you have, that you write down. And number 3, I would just say, come up with new ideas that you think AI can be beneficial just for your specific use case, right? I think that's very important because AI for you might look a little different than for somebody else, if that makes sense.
That's amazing. Yeah. That was really, really good. Yeah. All right, you guys, I want you to look at the camera and just tell them where they can connect with you, how they can tap into this free class that I'm going to be a part of too, and just let them know what's next.
Absolutely, absolutely. You guys can find me on Instagram at AI with Rone. You can also just tap into my free AI implementation workshop. The link is going to be in my bio on Instagram as well as on YouTube.
All right, you guys, this has been another amazing episode of Access Granted. I want to make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this with 3 people that you love. Until next time, I'm Coach K.